Everybody, welcome back with the Plat. Purplatypus is the name, and I am just coming off an 8-hour stream. Yes, 8 hours. That was, well, 750, whatever. But yeah, the game is officially out. Look at this. We can unpause the game and not worry about wasting our game time. It's a, it's a great day to be alive. But very first, before we jump into this video, boom! Thank you very much to my members, my supporters, my fans, my critics. No matter what you say about the Plat, you still saying it about the Plat. Anyway, today what we're going to talk about is how to promote. Now, I won't lie, it's a pretty simple system here, but I figured that was one of the biggest questions in the demo of the game. So let's talk about it. So basically, you need to get renown to rank B. The way to get it to rank B is to get the 1,750 points. Now, you're going to get this by doing content just in the game, right? So you can kind of see where I'm at right now. I have cleared out basically every single fight in the Cornea. Now, I haven't done like the level 40 fights, and I haven't done the fight asking me to go to the north, but for the most part, I've done all the fights in Cornea, and I've started doing maybe a third. I might be about a third way through Drakenhold, something like that. And so that's about where you're going to have to be. And then if you want to also, you can come over to the this right here. If you come to you can do any of these, but if you do these stages, they will allow you to farm experience, and you can also farm renown if you really, really want to get your renown up. So as you can see here, first of all, we are on a horse now, looking pretty fly for a lord guy. So then once you get it to rank B, you're basically going to get a little pop-up. You're just going to come here and you can now go to promote. Now promote costs honors. There's a few different price points. There's 25 for like the basic of the basic classes, I believe they are. Then there is like most of the middle classes, like the, here's the whatever, the sword fighter character, the Valkyria, sorry, no, not the cleric, the warrior. So things you get a little bit after the game. Even the knight actually is pretty expensive. So maybe it's not exactly, but I don't know why there are different price points, but basically there's 25, 30, 35. And then for unique classes that only one character has, that I think only one character has, such as the Lord, it costs 50 honor. Now, if you're not spending a bunch of honor, you should be able to upgrade a bunch of characters right when you get to this point. So it's not going to be too bad for you. But then once you do it, it's literally as simple as you come over. There's no level requirement, right? You could do it for a level 2. I could level 2 Scarlet. She could go and be promoted. And it's a huge upgrade. There is no downside to doing it later or earlier. It seems like everything is fixed. As you can see here, she's going to get 3, 1, 2, 2, 3. But if we level up here, you'll see some characters will get like a lot of stats, I feel like. But so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's like 9 total stats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 stats. All right, I don't know what I'm talking about, but basically from what I was told and what I understand, I'm sorry, I'm covering the stats, this is important, is that it doesn't matter when you promote. Now, if that information turns out to be wrong, I apologize, but from everything that I've seen and talked about, it seems like growths are pretty static, so you don't need to worry about it. Like, basically, this doesn't seem to greatly affect your stats. That's not what this is about. This is about getting you a little bit more stats. But really, you're getting more AP, more PP. Haha, that's funny. Yeah, you're getting bigger PP when you look at the sorceress. Speaking of which, let's go ahead. Then you're basically getting access to new skills. So you can take a look here. Before, you have Ice Bolt, Magic Missile, Magic Conferral, and Focus Sight. And then after you level up, you're getting an Ice Coffin and a Quick Cast. So some characters get more than others. Some characters like a Hoplite, for example, if I have one still, they actually get 2 attacks and they get 1 passive skill, whereas the Witch here is only going to get 1 attack, 1 passive skill. So they're not all equal, but I think everyone ends up with 3 and 3 by the end of it. So let's go ahead and level up the Witch to the Sorceress, and we will take a look. I think she's going to have to give up her dance, unfortunately. Uh-oh, I'm kind of covering it a little bit.
One of the many benefits
There we
of
go.
old age.
There we go. There. Now, does this look natural? Be honest, does this look natural? All right. We are still level 10. It doesn't change that. But now after you promote, you just come in here. You can look at the class, and then pretty much all classes also are going to get a you're going to get another equipment slot. Now, whether it's an accessory or a shield, is going to be different. Maybe there's even some classes that get a second shield. This class starts as 2 shields, so they probably get an accessory. Let's go and take a look at our sorceress, where they're at. Once they change the visual style of them, it's always harder for me to find. So there we go. We have got our sorceress. She is all that in a bag of chips. So let's take a look here. New abilities. I cannot find a spot where I like my camera, okay? Jeez. All right. So her new ability, Ice Coffin. Attack a row of enemies with magic and inflict freeze. Plus 50 potency versus frozen targets. So what's really good about this actually is if you have 2 witches, you have one can do, like, if you get some sort of AoE freeze thing going on, you know, like with the ice conferral, this will not only deal increased damage to frozen targets, but it's going to refreeze them. So that's super, super strong. But that's why it takes 2 AP instead of 1 AP. So like from a pure AP standpoint, it could do less damage than Ice Bolt sometimes. However, if you're hitting multiple targets with a 150 potency, that's huge. So Focus Sight is not new, but Quick Cast is. Grants the user max initiative for their next action and minus 50% critical rate. So the reason this is so good is on the witch or the sorceress is specifically because, like, at the start of battle, you get max initiative. You're only going to be beaten by other witches or sorceresses, I guess. But then you can cast something like Ice Coffin or Ice Bolt or something like that, where you suddenly freeze very, very important targets and they just don't get a turn until you attack them. And so if you're not going to 1-round somebody, you can attack the most important target that will, like, let's say you have a thief and they have a, I don't know, just an archer for like a hunter for the obvious thing, right? You could just have this character Ice Bolt their archer, and now your thief doesn't have their counter that could even attack, right? You don't even need to worry about it. Just don't hit that character again and you're good for the rest of the fight. So very good. Also, the Valor skills will improve as well. So on top of characters get more AP, more PP. They get a new accessory slot or a new slot for equipment. They also will upgrade their Valor skill, or in the case of the sorceress here, you're actually going to get a, you already have to. This one upgrades to greater gravity. It does a 90% slowdown for 20 seconds. I think that's up 10 seconds. You can see instead of heal, you get heal 2. Some of the ones that are good are like Wild Rush 2. It just does more damage. Hasten Call is okay. What's the one that I really, really like? I like Vitalize. Restores 2 stamina to all allied units within range. So it's an AoE restore stamina. Talk about cool. But this really like opens up the thing about the promotions, it gives you a lot of power, but this is really where the game starts getting to the point where you could make builds, like actually, like this is where you're going to want to start using these things a lot. Now, this is not a good setup. Don't worry about this. These guys are pretty much, this is basically a one pump chump kind of character here, where he's all about just doing one thing. But now once you get things like, you know, you get Warhorn. Actually, here's a perfect example. The Berserker here, right? He consumes all of his own PP to grant himself +1 AP, not per point consumed. But basically, so he's going to remove the rest of his PP. He's going to gain an AP, and then he gets the ability to survive a lethal blow. And then, you know, now that you can't bulk up anymore, you can maybe use it for Grand Smash, you know, attack all enemies with potency. So you want to have some setup here. Also, like HP plus you heal yourself 30% with an AP, and then you give yourself physical attack. So you're going to want something here. It's like, oh, HP below 75%, use mounting charge or something, or, you know, use Berserk when PP is equal to 1. You know, you could do something like your own PP, whether if you have 1 or less PP, right? So this will only activate it and only ever consume 1 PP instead of 2 PP. And that way you could, but maybe you wanted to activate early because maybe you're in a fight where you really need to survive that lethal blow earlier in the fight. So a lot of really, really cool options here that you could start doing with all these upgraded classes. But yeah, that's basically how you do it. You know, you just get to the right rank, which is rank B at 1750. You come to any fort, you promote, and then once you promote, you just kind of get a profit. You know, you get to enjoy a lot of this stuff. Now, I don't even know, you could promote any characters you want. I probably would make my own Warlock, because Precise and Lucky, like, who cares about Lucky on a Warlock? Doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, I don't know, maybe there's a situation where they do, but like Volcano, right? They get fire. Let's view their skills here. Volcano, attack a column of enemies with piercing magic, which is kind of interesting. So it does a flop, you know, a straight line, and then it inflicts burn at a potency of 150, and then it does an additional 20 damage. And you got concentrate, grants the user +1 AP and 40 accuracy. The 40 accuracy isn't insane, but you do get a way to turn 2 PP into 1 AP, right? And the same is actually like, so this is where the builds really start coming in. And I want to start doing more builds, but I just unlocked this. The last thing I did was unlock it. So I'm going to come up. I know you're thinking about this. This will be a video. Don't worry. This is not yet complete. I want to get this team done before I finish it, but I need a 5-man squad, and I need to kind of need to level up my characters a bit more. And then this will be the piece de la resistance. I promise you. So yeah, that's what we got today, guys. Thank you so much. Purplatypus is Purplatypus. I am tired. I know I'm always say I'm tired at the end of the videos. Usually I come from work. Today I just came from an 8-hour stream, which is, I know I get to sit on my butt. It's not as physically tiring, but it absolutely can be tiring as well. Anyway, much love. Purplatypus is Purplatypus. I'll see you on the flip flops. Bye.